Da-da-da-da-da-da.
The Powerball, the
W-
Powerball.
welcome. Views and views. We are here. We are back. We are rolling. It has been a while since we have done a views and views show. As a matter of fact, I don't think you and I were on any of the shows last year, Vic.
Uh,
Were you on any
Oh man,
shows? Were you on any views and views?
I don't think so, man. What a busy year it was last year.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yes, last year was
Um,
different, but this is a new year. We are here. We are live. Views from the 22, live on the scene. Views and views. The best pregame show in all the land. We give you our views. We give you our thoughts. We give you injuries. We give you fantasy advice, and we find out who's got their views up to date. I'm going to go ahead and share the link. Vic Jr., our scout extraordinaire, talk to the people. How you feeling today?
Man, it's been a long, long year, but I'm glad to be back talking to the boys about some football, some good American football. Yeah, fantasy football, a little bit more excited about it, but the most
Definitely.
exciting thing happening for us is the new all 22 views. That's been fun to watch. That's been fun to a little bit of time I've been able to check it out. Courtesy of Mo Schefter, the ruler's back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He pays the bills for us, you know. It helps the less fortunate.
Don't even do that.
Shout out to
Don't even do
that
that.
guy.
Don't even do that. Don't even do that. Don't even do that.
Uh, but yeah, no, man, it's fun. It's good to go. It feels good to go.
Yeah, no doubt. I think so. Before we get too much into it, just something a little background for some people. That is a big reason. Not why you and I was away last year was there a lot of personal stuff, family, that we're not going to get into. But what made it hard for us to keep up and get back into it was the fact that there was no All 22. And so I I wrote a lot of emails to the NFL. Okay. I
Yeah.
wrote a lot of emails. And in one of the emails, actually probably more than one, I said, I was like, yo, for the guys that watch the coaches film, we don't mind if we gotta pay an extra subscription. Like if
Hmm.
you guys got to make the All 22 a whole different platform and we got to pay an extra subscription, the guys that watch the film would not mind that at all. They have to listen. They made it a different platform, but beautifully, they made it in one combined subscription NFL Plus, NFL Pro, or NFL Premium, whatever it is. So shout out to them for making it happen. We got the historian, the godfather himself, joining us right now. And he's got a very, very fitting shirt. A very fitting shirt. That's why your parlaying hit. And you just stick with us. You might hit a couple parlays today. You might. How you
Well,
feeling, Jay?
it's, it's to get everybody in the spirit. We
That's
are
right.
back, and we're losing money on Saturdays and Sundays on shit that we cannot control. But there's no greater time to do so than in September. When the weather breaks, I got great weather here in Memphis. Only for this week, though, because next week it's going to be like 98 again. So it'll be real treacherous. But just glad to be here with you fellas, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all before, you dudes talking football on Sunday is chicken soup for the football soul. So I'm just gonna be here hanging out, looking for notes for analysis. I don't play fantasy, so I'm not worried about who to start, who to sit. But I'm gonna troll people on fantasy just because that's what I like to do. So just have a good time like that and just rock out. And when y'all start picking games, I'm gonna jump back in and kick the bobo. But I might have some points I might throw in historically to interject here and there.
No doubt, no doubt. You whenever you're ready to add something or whenever we get to the picks, just jump back in. If I see you jump back in, I'm gonna make sure I hand the ball off to you. So just let me know. All you got to do is just pop back
No,
on.
it won't be too much because I gotta let my star shine. It's the time of year to let y'all shine. I mean, it ain't often I think I'd have seen Vic twice in 2025. I get to see Vic. I get to see on Vic.
Yeah. I think everybody gets to see a little more of Vic right now. So I think everybody's a little happy about that. This man sometimes is like a hermit crab. You just don't see him. You just ain't gonna see him. So luckily we got him
I
out of
can
we got him
respect
out
it
of his
though.
shell, so to say. Germ, so true. Germ de la views.
What's up with it, y'all? How y'all
How you
feeling?
feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm just happy to be here to play ball.
When you tweet the football?
I'm happy to be here to play ball.
Oh man. All right, welcome y'all. Welcome. We are officially rolling and going. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of great games on the menu. It's week one. There's a lot of reason for optimism in week one for all 32 teams. Um, and some of it is sort of false optimism, like Jacksonville Jaguars. What you optimistic about? Uh, New Orleans Saints. What you optimistic about? The only thing those two teams have to look forward to is next year. And I don't even know if, in the case of the Jacksonville Jaguars, what they got to look forward to, because they got a quarterback that is not getting it done, that they are locked into for till 2030, 2029. So it goes to show, once again, it's better to overpay than to overdraft. And we are going to start a little bit of a twist here with the quarterbacks, fellas. So we talked a couple of days ago, and I said, I don't really have a top 10 this year. I'm going to see how the season plays out, but it's more of a top five for me, top six. And then after that, it's sort of flavors. However, there is sort of a big four in the AFC outside of Patrick Mahomes that we got the spotlight on him. Joe Burrow came out in the offseason, came out in the Super Bowl, said we need to sign our guys. We need to sign T. Higgins. We need to sign Jamar Chase, Trey Hendrickson. We got to keep all these guys. The Bengals did that. Took them longer than people wanted them to do, but they did that. Justin Herbert, including us. There's a lot of things to love about Justin Herbert. Vic, I know that's one of your favorite guys, but he has not gotten it done. He has severely, severely underwhelmed so far in his NFL career. And what's on his resume is blowing a 3-possession lead to Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs. Josh Allen finally got his MVP. Maybe some people say he didn't deserve it last year, but sort of a makeup call, in my opinion, and Vic as well, for a couple of years ago when he should have won it. He's now lost 4 years in a row to Pat Mahomes. Lamar Jackson, multiple time MVP. He is the talk of the football world. You either love him or hate him, and if you hate him, you're accused of being a hater. But if you listen to us, we give you the objective reasons why he has not taken that next step. And he's come up very short in the playoffs. He has had some senseless, unforced errors over and over and over in the playoffs. Um, and he's come up short. But you got those big four fellas. They, in my opinion, all four of them have everything they need. Joe Burrow probably has the worst roster out of the other three, but nonetheless, everything is there. So, first question of the year: out of the 4 quarterbacks in the AFC, not named Patrick Mahomes, we could throw C.J. Stroud in there if you want to. Who has the most pressure on them this year to finally get over that hump and get to February?
In the AFC.
in the
Honestly,
AFC.
you want me to tell you the honest person? And this is going to be funny, and everybody may disagree. It's Joe Burrow.
Wow.
Because Joe Burrow doesn't have any accolades. They already discredit everything he does on the football field. He can't do anything right while Lamar can't do anything wrong. He hasn't had half the offensive line to protect him. He hasn't had half the defensive production that has saved him. It's just really him, Jamar, and T. And whatever running back that they put out there and whatever tight end they put out there. And what people have to understand also, too, which makes this really even more interesting, especially at this stage and juncture in his career, is he's the only one of these bunch that's beat Pat Mahomes, and that gets discredited severely every year because he doesn't have any accolades. So Joe Burrow needs an MVP. He needs to get to the Super Bowl, and he needs to win Super Bowl MVP. In order for his status as the best pure quarterback left in the league to be solidified, but to not only solidify himself as the second best quarterback in the league, which I just think the all 22 view doesn't support the views of those people who say those ridiculous things. Vic, I'm gonna let you jump in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, bro, that's well said. There's not really much to say after that. I mean, the narratives have been crazy on Joe. Especially when people compare him to Lamar and stuff like that, when we know that's two different quarterbacks. As guys that watch film, as guys that study this game, we know that they're two different styles. And like you said, Joe Burrow is probably one of the best pure quarterbacks left in the league in terms of a pocket passer. But shout out to Ronnie from the group, man. Like, listen, bro, like all these cats have pressure on them at the end of the day to keep the Chiefs out of the Super Bowl. We saw what happened there Friday night. We saw how much they struggled, especially when Xavier Worthy was taken out basically 2 or 3 plays into the game. We saw how Pat Mahomes had to basically literally put the whole offense on his shoulders. So at the end of the day, they all got pressure, man. Everybody but Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes has done everything you can do as a quarterback in this league already, and he's still got many years to go. So everybody got pressure. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. I'm not even going to add Matt Stafford into that. They all got more pressure than Matt Stafford. CJ's just arriving, so everybody got pressure on them that is not named Pat Mahomes right now. Like, let's be real about it, man. Like like Ronnie said, man, yeah, the whole AFC should turn in their football cards if they let the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl again.
Mm-hmm. See,
I
to me,
don't disagree
yeah.
or agree with that. But I will say this. I understand what Ronnie is saying, but we have to understand too, this is week 1. And week 1 against Detroit a few years ago, they kind of looked like this.
Yeah, we'll get into the Chiefs for sure.
I don't disagree.
But it's week 1, like you said. To me, the biggest pressure is on Lamar Jackson. I don't think there's any question in my mind about that. For one, he's got the best roster in football. You look 1 to 53. I don't think anybody has a better roster than the Baltimore Ravens. Number 2, they didn't just transform their offense or their lineup or whatever. They transformed their entire franchise to Lamar Jackson. Like, make no mistake about it, Lamar Jackson had the most weaknesses coming out of that draft as a prospect out of all those guys, including Josh Rosen and Sam Darnold. As a thrower of the football, he had the most weaknesses. So the Baltimore Ravens, credit John Harbaugh, credit the Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome, they transformed their entire franchise to make sure Lamar Jackson can succeed. The way they ran the ball, the way that the guys they drafted, the guys they signed, the entire playbook, the way their entire offense transformed from Joe Flacco to Lamar Jackson is a huge credit to John Harbaugh, is a huge credit to Ozzie Newsome and the entire GM that's there now, because we have never seen it before. We've never seen a team do what they did for one player. Now, I will say it's a great thing, and it's sort of evolved where other teams have tried to model that, where it's like, okay, let's build around the strengths of this guy, which is what you should be doing. But nobody transformed, nobody catered to a player the way the Ravens had. Losses to Buffalo, losses to Joe Burrow. Remember, he lost to the Chargers his first year in the league in the playoffs. So a lot riding for Lamar Jackson, in my humble opinion. As Big Shot made his post, history and math, everything is on their side. To me, without a question, Lamar Jackson, most pressure on him this year to get it done. Transition the conversation, stick to the quarterbacks, and then we'll get into it. Second-year quarterbacks, fellas. And we'll throw C.J. Stroud in there, even though he's not a second-year quarterback. He's a third year now. You got C.J. Stroud. You got Drake May. You got Michael Penix. You got Caleb Williams. And obviously, you got Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. Out of all those guys, is there somebody that you're looking at to make the next leap? Is there somebody that you have high expectations of? And is there somebody that you think, yo, he's not going to sustain success in this league? And Jerome, we can start with you on this one.
I'm not high on Caleb. I was never high on Caleb, not because he's a bad quarterback. I just think his decision making sometimes is a little bit of a unsustainable resource, for lack of better terms. Instead of being safe sometime with the football, I think sometimes he exposes the ball in situations. We're going for the big play too much, or trying to make a play when sometimes you got to know when to tuck your tail, and just live to see another down. That's how quarterbacks get hurt, but that's also how quarterbacks turn the ball over. See Aaron Rodgers. For CJ,
we don't got a views without a shot at A-Rod.
Yeah, got a shot pop. Besides that, I would honestly say that I need CJ to take the next step this year, as in develop the game management aspect of quarterbacking in the National Football League. So everybody says, well, what do you mean by that? To elaborate what I mean by game manager, I mean, I need him to understand that first down, the goal is to get something to go on it. We got 10 yards. We got 10 yards to get to where we need to get to, right? To get to the next stage, to the next level. I need you to put something on it on first down. If you're not going to put 5 on it, put 2 on it. Because maybe on second down, we could put 5 on it. Think of it as an ante up to get to first down. And let's stop thinking about it as just touchdowns and think of it as first downs. And I think that'll make the next big thing, or make him the next better quarterback and as far as trajectory in the league. The methodical part of quarterbacking is the most important part for him because of that. And that's honestly what I feel about him. Besides that, I mean, I think Jaden could get better at those things too. Don't get me wrong, but I think CJ has all of the tools. If it was of any of all of those quarterbacks, I think CJ is the most pro ready as a prospect, as a player, mentally, the way he understands ball. I think that's the next stage for him. Vic, I'm gonna slip past to you there.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna go with CJ as well. In comparison to his rookie year, which was like as close to elite as you can get. His second year, there was a drop off. There was inconsistencies, obviously, in the offensive line, which still kind of scares me for this football team. And also, the receivers had a lot of injuries, but there was some inconsistency in his play in terms of, some of his accuracy, especially in between the numbers and stuff like that. That he showed he was great at the season before. So I think obviously if he gets more protection, those things will come back. But the dude is definitely can process things quickly. Has really top notch accuracy. His posture, his footwork in the pocket is incredible. So CJ has the potential, if this Texans team is able to take a step forward as well, to be, to consider one of the elite quarterbacks in this league. So I think there is pressure on him to go from that sophomore slump to the third year. And then when it comes to Jaden Daniels, will he have a sophomore slump? Will the Commanders be able to block for him and things like that? Those are the questions I have for Jaden, because I think that other than that, man, that dude is going to be tremendous if they're able to protect him as well.
No doubt. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Big Shot says that Lamar, for the veteran quarterbacks, has the most pressure. And then he says Bo Nix from the second year guys has the most pressure because of their roster. And we'll certainly talk about the Broncos later, but they have an absolutely fantastic roster. Cat 5, Josh Storms, says that he thinks Penix and Pitts are going to take a step up together. And I have something to say about that when we get into the Falcons. Shout out to Trav and everybody else in the comment section. Fellas, I think you guys nailed it. The one person that I'm going to mention is Jaden Daniels. I have high expectations of this kid. I talked about it a little bit with Vic. The accuracy on this kid is he can be as accurate as that dude that we all know, the standard. And now I'm not going to mention his name yet because Jaden needs to have a little more accolades before we start mentioning him in the same name, in the same sentence as the guy who wore number 12 all those years. All right, so not to put anybody's business out there, but Vic has had a lot going on this past week. So his time is limited today. So Omaha, we're going to go slightly audible. We're going to go at a slightly faster pace. We still want to do the where he at, which is our version of the who he play for. Vic, whenever you do got to go, just make sure you send us all your picks so that we can announce it on the game. But we're going to get to the bulk of what we got to talk about while you are here.
I'll try to stick it out. I'll try to stick it out.
Okay. All right.
I'm
going to try to have us out of here by 12:30 just for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. Let's get into it. First game we're going to get into is the Carolina Panthers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Different lines here. Last night it was 3.5 points for the Panthers. Today the Panthers are getting 4.5 points. Most lines are at 46.5. Some lines are at 46. We're going to stick to what I wrote, all right, last night. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it to the 4.5 since that's the updated line. So Carolina Panthers plus 4.5, 46.5 points over under. Really simple to me, fellas. To me, there's only two things to talk about from this game, and that's Bryce Young and Travis Hunter. Mainly Travis Hunter. They said that he's going to play mainly offense in week 1, but then they also said that that's going to change week to week. I'm going to say it again. Shout out to the great Tony Soprano. More is lost by indecision than wrong decision. I hate the fact that they are already indecisive about how they want to approach Travis Hunter, about how they want to utilize Travis Hunter. I said it draft day. I said it on Johnny Radio, happy hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, sorry. And I said it on our shows. I think Travis Hunter can be a lot more productive and have a much better career if he plays primarily offense. Just my opinion on it. But the fact that they're already indecisive is a major red flag to me. Vic Jr., jump in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, bro. Like we've seen it before where players try to play different positions, different sports back in the day. Again, me and Jerem had a back and forth there. Is this kid an A+ player at one position or a C+ player at another position, or is he just gonna give me B and B? So what exactly are we going to start? What exactly are we going to see with Travis? Week one, I'm fascinated to see. I'm hearing that it's going to be mostly offense as well, and a little bit of situational defense. So it's going to be him versus the second receiver taken in this draft, and Ted McMillan. So are we going to see a matchup between those two guys for a couple snaps? But I think the Jaguars should get everything they can offensively. They got Brian Thomas already. I think they should lean on the running game a lot, considering Travis Lawrence's struggles. So, again, Travis Hunter, give me 75% snaps there, 25% snaps on defense. See how that works out. But again, lean heavily on those three running backs. You got Travis Etienne, you got Tanks Bigsby, and then you got Bashael 210. All right, 210. Very, very impressive looking rookie running back. So help Travis Lawrence out with that, using those running backs.
Germ?
I actually brought up 210 to Vic because I said I thought he was a really, really good player. You talk about a 5'9", 209 running back with 4.3 speed, bro. He's a bowling ball.
I had to take a look at that film.
Great frontline speed, and he kind of gives you some Leonard Fournette gap scheme type of vibes, bro. You give him put a pulling guard or a fullback in front of him and let him run the ball. That is more conducive to winning than what you're doing with Travis Etienne. I hate to be the person to tell everybody, but downhill running is still a thing in the NFL, bro. You still need to do that. The outside zone is not the only thing that we need to run. We're only doing outside zone. Why? Because we're trying to get the quarterbacks involved in the running game. Like let's just call a spade a spade. The quarterback shouldn't be running the damn ball in these situations. It's really simple. It's pissing me off. So with that being said, Carolina for me is really simple. I think you need to run the ball. I think you're still figuring out what you want to do with Bryce, and that's okay. That is okay because you drafted him number 1 overall. I would rather there be some decisions being made and come in the upcoming year than this year, especially when it comes to him, because his rookie year and last year were so up and down with benching him and everything else. Carolina today, I need you to just come out and just win, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Carolina Panthers today.
I love it. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers as well. In my parlay, just to be safe, I took them with the points, but I am officially going with the Carolina Panthers to win this game. Vic?
I'm going with the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are able to get this one.
Okay. Ham?
Who is that Carolina playing again?
Jacksonville.
13-13. That's your final. Starting the year off with a tie. Slaw Dog Award week winner, all that rolled up in one. And I'm not putting no money on it. Because as y'all see on my title, I only make dollar bets. I gotta be flat with my dollars. I'm just saying. I might throw 5 cents down. Just because Carolina Panthers. You know what this is? This is 2 teams that actually entered the league 30 years ago at this time. Carolina and Jacksonville.
This is true.
They both entered the league in 1995. That was just the off the cusp story. In fact, I'm going to go back to the hole because I got a blunt rolled up. I'm going to fat it up. Y'all go ahead and continue.
Some history right there.
Shout out to the comments. Yes, Josh, his name and his weight are both 210. I saw you reply to that, Germ. All right, next on the menu. Wow. Next on the menu, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets. Pittsburgh are 3-point road favorites. Over under is 37.5. Again, we're going to get into a lot of analysis tomorrow and as the season progresses. It's week 1. What is week 1 about? Number 1, how does Aaron Rodgers look? everything leading up to the season, this is honestly the most energetic I've seen Aaron Rodgers in probably 10 years. He looks happy, he looks comfortable, he looks motivated, he looks rejuvenated. I got a lot of high hopes and a lot of high expectations for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I really do. I think this defense is going to be the best defense they've had since 2010. No question about it, in my opinion. Secondary linebackers. This is the best linebacking core they've had in a long time. And I don't think too many people are paying attention to the speed, the IQ, and the versatility of this linebacking core. And then offensively, everything is there. Offensive line is going to take that next step. Continuity. They reinforce some things. Receiver room, running backs, tight ends. Everything is there for the Pittsburgh Steelers to not only get into the playoffs, to not only win the division, but to possibly make it to the AFC Championship game. And if they get there, anything can happen. And the reason I say that, Vic, the reason I say that is because they probably have the best way to match up against the Baltimore Ravens. So how will they do against the Bills and the Chiefs remains a huge question mark. No doubt about it. But as far as within their division and as far as the other teams in the AFC, I see no reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers can't go out there and dominate. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to take them to even cover. Vic Jr.
Listen, that's fair information right there. I was very close to picking the Jets for this game, week 1. Okay, but then I saw that the guard is going to be out with a torn triceps.
Done for the year.
Yeah, Elijah Vera Tucker. So that's a very big injury, considering you have to block Cam Hayward and some of TJ Watt's stunts and things like that. So that's a big loss for the Jets. I was going to pick a very tight game, but I think the Steelers win this game. I think defensively, again, they have too many pieces there, too many veterans there. And then, offensively, I think they've put together a very good offensive line who have been a question mark for years now when it comes to the Steelers. So, yeah, give me the Steelers in this game. And I think they win probably by a touchdown.
Beautiful. Germ?
As a new member of the Pittsburgh congregation,
I
would just like to state the fact that I have been saying for the last 5-7 years, Pittsburgh needs to invest into cornerbacks. Cornerbacks modernizes your defense because safeties are a luxury. And when I said that, people, oh, Germ, they don't need to do that. Okay, now look where we are today. They are rejuvenated. They look like a whole different defense. And now you can have your safeties do other things. Now your safeties can move around like chess pieces on this board now because you got corners that can cover, corners that understand leverage, corners that understand how to play football. This is going to be the most important thing, in my opinion, for this season, because if they're able to cover the quicker, faster receivers with this group, they'll be the number 1 defense in the league this year. It's really a scary situation. I really like what they brought in. Bringing in the young rookie, Derek Hammond, who won't be playing week 1. Later in the season, as we always say, the rookies get their time to shine. He's going to be playing with Cam Hayward, one of the best to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we even – come on, man. Let's do this. Jets, you might as well go ahead. We can get ready to pick in the top 5 again, baby. Just lose, baby. That's the name of the game. Just lose. Give me Pittsburgh, cover the spread, and most importantly, I think they win by double digits today.
Wow!
I think this is a double-digit win. And just a fun fact: this is probably the most complete team that Aaron Rodgers has had since he won the Super Bowl and the year after he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and again, just to reiterate it, we don't need Aaron Rodgers to be MVP. Aaron, we need Aaron Rodgers to be more like 2015 Peyton. We just take care of the ball, be efficient.
3,800 yards, 3,800 to 4,100 yards. You need 35 touchdowns, and of course, you know he's going to throw the ball away and probably have 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
All right, we'll go speed it up a little bit here until we get to Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Las Vegas at the New England Patriots. Weather storm, Doppler radar. Shout out to the Doppler. Heavy rain is expected. The Raiders are getting 2.5 points over under 43.5. You got new coaches for both these football teams. You got an upgraded quarterback for both these football teams. The defense for both of these football teams is going to be better. And then you got 2 rookie running backs on both of these football teams. To me, I think Travion Henderson for the Patriots is going to be one of the best offensive rookies. But I think Ashton Genty for the Raiders is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. While I think the Patriots defense will be better, much better, I think they're going to be more opportunistic than dominant until the season progresses more and more. I think the Ashton Genty Offensive Rookie of the Year campaign starts today. Give me the Raiders going into Foxborough with the Tom Brady statue being unveiled to pull off the upset. Give me the Raiders. Pete Carroll, baby. Shout out to Pete Carroll back in the league. Good for him.
Guess what? I'm not doing this. We're not doing this with Mo today. Listen, y'all. Listen to me. Don't listen to him. Listen. At the end of the day, he just likes the Brady slander and disrespect is insane today. It's already started. You know, we're not doing this. I know we don't like him these days sometimes, but come on. No, but honestly, be honest though, I really think that let's see if Drake May can take the next step. You know, like this is a good game to see where he is. I really, really enjoy everything that this team has defensively. I think they have some really good pieces. Offensively, I think they have some really good pieces as well. So I think New England is the more complete team. I think the Raiders are still figuring some things out. I think the one thing that if the New England can do this all season, that they'll be fine. And that's not. I just think that Mike Vrabel teams know how to stop the run. They know how to rush the passer. They know how to stop the run. And I feel like those will be the things that'll be the undoing of Geno. So give me New England while they unveil the GOAT.
Remember, he's going to be there as a Raider.
I know, but at the end of the day, I would say I think he would rather be a Patriot.
It don't matter. He's an owner for the guys, big.
He won regardless. That's the biggest double entendre in the game.
I'm actually saying that the Raiders are going to be inspired by seeing a statue of their boss being unveiled in enemy territory. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Mick.
I mean, listen, bro. And that Tom Brady aura is gonna be interesting to see who's gonna get the most pumped up for this game. This does look like a tight matchup. Of course, going into it, I wanted to pick the Patriots, but looking through it, I like the Raiders' youth.
Wow.
The tight end is excellent. The running back, I mean, I think, like you said, he's going to start here week 1 and kind of show who he is at a national stage. And, shout out to Dante Thornton Jr.
Yes.
4th round pick receiver who has been given the job.
Yes.
Over their 2nd round pick. So, there's a lot of youth in this league or in this game. So I think I'm picking the Raiders. I like what Geno's might be able to do with this offense. I'm excited for it. I think they're gonna block well. I think they're gonna run the ball well, and off of that, they're gonna be able to get a lot of play action. So,
yes.
Give me the Raiders to go into New England with Tom Brady wearing a Raiders T-shirt, and I don't even know what the guy's gonna do. Who knows what that guy's gonna do today? But this should be fun.
Hey, listen.
Hey, man, listen. Give me the trophy. Just give me the trophy.
Oh my God!
I am looking at some heavy rain right outside the window. I'm only an hour and a half from Foxborough, so yeah, this could be a very wet game where they're gonna run the football a lot.
So shout out to everybody in the comment section. I appreciate whoever answered Josh Storms asking whether he should go with Jacoby Myers or Diggs. If this is season-long fantasy, I agree. I would go with Diggs. If you are a FanDuel, anytime touchdowns, take Mr. Dante Thornton, Vic Jr. There are only 3 wide receivers in NFL history to ever be 6'5" and run a 4.3. One of them was Megatron. The other was I think Randy Moss. Who was the third?
Randy was 6'5", right?
Do you know who the
6'4"?
third? So, I
Randy
think
was 6'4", I thought.
Yeah, 6'4" or taller that ran a 4.3. Calvin
Mm.
Johnson, Randy Moss. Guess who the third was?
Dante Thornton Jr.
Dante Thornton Jr. Yes, sir. All right. So me and Vic went Raiders. Jerem went to New England. All right. Next on the board, not a lot to talk about here. You got the Miami Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. They have a Jim Irsay tribute going on today. RIP to Jim Irsay. You can say what you want about him. At the end of the day, I'm not here to judge the man and how he lived his life. I know he was a good person. I know he was a good owner. He just had some faults. He had some flaws. He had some vices. Guess what, Chief? We all did. RIP. I'm very curious to see where the Dolphins franchise heads this year. Curious what direction they're going. I don't know what direction Dolphins swim, but these Dolphins are swimming the wrong way, Chief. And I am also extremely concerned about the longevity and the health of Tua. One more concussion, and there needs to be a serious, serious discussion as to whether or not he's even allowed to get back on the field. Forget Tua. I'm talking about the league. If he gets bombarded with another string of concussions this year, I think the league has to step in and say, "Yo, dude, we can't have you down on this football field." That's just my opinion. All that being said, give me Danny Dimes Jones and the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Miami Dolphins. Derm?
Oh, go ahead.
This is a really interesting game though, because what the Colts do well is they do normally play pretty good defense, right? But against that speed, their type of defense might not be the right defense. I'm going to Miami. Welcome to
Bienvenido a
Miami.
Miami. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I see you giving up the trophy. Good. Vic Jr., jump in there.
Talk about a game with a lot of negative energy, man. I don't like this whole quarterback situation for the Colts. I was hoping they would go with Anthony Richardson simply because you want to go with your draft pick. You want to go with your young player that, he's going to need as much motivation as possible. But then you tell him that he lost his job to Daniel Jones. That's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow there. I do like what the Colts have offensively, despite the quarterback. Offensive line is still plays very well. They got a good running back room, and they picked Tyler Warren, the tight end, who I'm looking forward to see what he can do in the NFL, because the film on him is pretty impressive considering what Penn State did to move him around and things like that. Jerm, that's a 6'6", 250-pound tight end with some long Goldilocks hair. I'm excited to see what they can do with him. So, give me the Colts in this game.
The Godfather, jump in there.
In the last 5 seasons, the Miami Dolphins are 4-1 in Week 1 games. Just wanted to drop that in.
Welcome to Miami.
I don't know who I'm picking in it, but you know what the hell I am. I know who I'm picking. Give me Indianapolis just because I brought that stat, and it's gonna go 4-2 after the day.
Vic Jr., who'd you take?
I took the Colts.
Okay, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm reading some of these comments. The comment section is going crazy, so I love that. Shout out to Storms and Big Shot and Tito's Galaxy. Tito's Galaxy, we are coming up. We are going Saints. Then we are going Browns and Bengals. Then we are going Giants and Commanders. And then we'll get into Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Arizona and New Orleans, very simple for me. New Orleans probably going to go 1-15. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a bad season. Fantasy-wise, FanDuel-wise, DraftKings-wise, whatever. Just stay away from that entire offense. I am interested in seeing what the Cardinals are going to do. But first and foremost, they got to take care of business today. So give me Arizona to cover the -6.5 line. Vic?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals as well. I think just a better football team right now. They need to make a step forward and see, beat teams like this. But listen, Alave from the Saints, wide receiver, Chris Olave, do not sleep on him. Okay, like fantasy wise, I think that this dude is gonna be fed a lot of footballs. All right, so fantasy tip there, Chris Olave. Look out for him to be a top 20 receiver, somebody that you can use. Definitely win some fantasy games. But I'm picking the Cardinals in this game.
Derm.
That's who you like. Ugh. He ain't gonna get no fantasy production. He
You
ain't got no
hands right there.
quarterback. What they gonna do?
That
Run tunnel screens all game?
that's why he's gonna
Ugh.
get 15 targets. He's gonna get those targets that
Steve.
that drag queen had.
What the kids be saying? What the baby say? Baby talk. Um, well, it's really give me the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals. I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of babies, I mean the Cardinals got the biggest baby on the field. They got little Kyler Murray, 5'9" eating chicken tenders. Shout out to Ty Love.
Yeah. Shout out to Trav also. Olave's got some concussion issues. Some not breaking news, but fantasy updates. Alan Lazard for the Jets is a healthy scratch. He's inactive, and Darnell Mooney, dealing with a shoulder, has also been ruled officially inactive. Next game on the menu, we got the Bengals at the Cleveland Browns, over under 47.5. The Browns are getting 5.5 points. Very simple for me on this one as well, fellas. Very curious to see how the Browns quarterback situation develops. But the Bengals, 1-11 under Zach Taylor in the first 2 weeks of the season, that cannot keep happening. They have two separate rough stretches in their schedule. First, a 4-game stretch, then it's a 5-game stretch, bookended by Baltimore Ravens matchups. So, very, very important for the Cincinnati Bengals to get off to a good start. I am taking the Bengals to win, but I'm taking the Browns plus 5.5 points. Term.
That's interesting, bro. This is hard because we don't know what Bengals team's gonna come out to play.
Exactly.
We don't know, and that's part of because we don't know what the quarterback coach and the quarterback is gonna do together. Yes, Joe, I'm talking about your ass too. Give me Cincinnati today. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This is really hard because Cincinnati should cover this spread and they should win handily. Because I just don't think the Browns have enough to combat with what they have. But then Cincinnati's defense isn't good either. So Joe Flacco could throw for 300 yards today. And look out for Isaiah Bond, who Jerry Jeudy said, I'm very surprised he's learned the offense this fast.
Great point. FanDuel-wise, Joe Flacco, over 200 yards. I'm taking it. David Njoku, anytime touchdown, I'm taking it. Vic Jr.
I listen. If at the end of the day they got to block Myles Garrett, one of the best defensive players in the league, okay, will they do that? That this is again. The Bengals are notorious for starting late, bro. Like they're like 1-11. I think I saw a stat since 2019 when it comes to week 1 and 2. Like what Bengals team are we gonna get here in week 1? This should be a game that they win by 2 touchdowns. So again, block Myles Garrett. If you're able to contain him, this should be an easy win for the Bengals. I will take them, but I'm very scared to see what's gonna happen to Joe Burrow week 1 against that monster of a defensive end the Browns have.
Love it. Okay, so we are all going Bengals. I'm going with the Browns with the points. Bengals win, Browns with the points. Next on the radar, we got the New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. The Giants are getting 6.5 points. Week 1 division matchups, to me, that is just gambling bait. with the Giants plus 6.5. I think people are truly underestimating this Giants roster. The problem for me, I like everything about the Giants roster except for what?
Russ.
The quarterback, Mr. Unlimited. It ain't no limited, baby. Okay, Russell Wilson is an AT&T prepaid card these days. All right, not even a $50 one, not even a $25 one, the $10 one. That's what Russell Wilson is. It ain't no
The
Mr.
recharge
Unlimited.
minutes.
Get him out of my league, Germ. I have never been more tired of a quarterback than watching Russell Wilson play football last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, a couple of zip codes away from where I'm at. It is only a matter of time before the rookie gets in there. And I think, again, for this coaching staff, go down. If you're going to go down swinging with who you drafted. I would rather lose my job with Jackson Dart than lose my job with Russell Wilson. All that being said, give me the Commanders, the NFC Conference Championship winners of this season with Jaden Daniels. But betting wise, I'm taking the Giants plus 6.5. Mr. Vic.
Bro, this is just another game that I'm kind of concerned of what's going to happen between this defensive line and offensive line matchup. That defensive line for the Giants, yeah, when you kind of alluded to it a couple of days ago, it's going to be a scary matchup with those four guys. They might be able to create pressure with just four, and that's going to help out the Giants a lot. All right, so this is going to be tough. I think that the Commanders still have too much for the Giants to overcome. I'm not even going to talk about Russ anymore, bro. Like 3 years ago, I thought he was one of the best. And now it's just like since then, he's just kind of worn off, not only on the field, but off the field for me. So I expect Jackson Dart to be starting I would hope by week 5 for the Giants. I think it's better to go that route for them. But I'll take the Commanders. And again, just protect Jaden Daniels at all costs for a week 1 start, please, because that's a nasty defensive line on paper for the Giants.
No doubt. Germ.
I really want to pick the Giants so bad. I really do. So bad. Because it's just really the pressure situation. I feel like they have the athletes that make this a very hard game for the Commanders.
Bro, they're gonna give the NFC East and all these teams a lot of problems, bro.
It's like when you talk about Abdul Carter being the rookie of the bunch, and they still got Dexter and all those other guys.
Yeah.
That's very hard to pick against.
I forgot about Brian Burns. Like,
see, like, I'm like, bro, that's
the Commanders, Germ, just before you go, keep in mind, they reinforced their tackle situation on both sides because that was their weakness last year.
Right.
See, the thing is, I'm not high on Laramie Tunsil, though. I think he's
Laramie Tunsil was never mind. I'm sorry. You said you weren't high on Laramie Tunsil. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, that's a bar. But anyway. But the thing is, like, bro, this is so hard to pick this game because this is why the pick'ems are so fun with us.
Yes.
Because from a logistic standpoint, it's like, it's really hard to pick because of the trenches, right? But everything else is where it should be for the Commanders. Just give me stay true to the game. Just give me the Commanders, man. Just give me the Commanders.
Okay.
Find a way to win today, man. Find a way to win.
So much suspense to just say that.
It's all right.
Yeah, man. I wanted to.
It's week 1. We got a competition now, so this is
week
what makes it fun.
It's week 1, and you know what? If the Giants come out and win this game, it kind of sets the tone for the season. But then we still got the rest part of this, right?
Right.
Is he going to throw the ball to the middle of the field to the guys that are going to be open? That's the key here. Because if they can score 17 points, they could win this game.
Yeah. Listen, as Big Shot said, week 1 is the toughest betting week. It's so hard to bet on them. Division games especially. And I got a rule. If a division game, with a few exceptions, if it's 5 or more points, I'm taking the underdog to cover. It's just a safer bet, in my opinion. Go ahead, Vic.
If I had to choose one thing that's gonna happen a lot, week one, it would be a lot of quarterbacks are gonna be running for their lives, bro. So a lot of offensive line continuity has to happen. The offensive game planning has to be perfect because there's gonna be a lot of teams that's gonna be able to put pressure on some of these offensive lines. So we'll see.
Speaking of division games, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. Over under is 47.5. Only 1.5 points going to the Falcons. Chris Godwin out the first 6 weeks of the season. Tristan Wirfs also probably out the first month of the season. Vita Vea dealing with a foot soreness. Seems like it's more of a pain tolerance thing than anything. He did practice on Friday. And as we said earlier, Darnell Mooney, fantasy-wise, he's out. Fellas, I think you know how I feel by now about the Atlanta Falcons. They are my dark horse team for this season. I think Michael Penix is the absolute truth. And we'll upload some coaches tape on him later on as the season progresses. I think he needs to do everything a fraction better, but he has shown that he can do it a fraction better. So it's just a matter of consistency for me. But accuracy, anticipation, IQ, pocket ability, it is a leadership. It's all there for me from Michael Penix. Their defense is much improved, much deeper. I think the Falcons are the dark horse of this season, and I think the Falcons are going to win the NFC South this year. And I think it starts today against a weakened, because how they're hobbled, Tampa Bay roster. Give me the Falcons to win this game. Vic?
Yeah, I'm scared, bro. Again, we got two ends that were drafted here for the Falcons. Of course, they're rookies. Of course, they're gonna, they're not Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter could be like a fifth-year player at this stage. All right, but I like what I saw from James Pierce Jr. So again, with a weakened offensive line, because Tristan Wirfs is basically like three players in one, Germ. So that's gonna be tough, man. As much as I like Baker and the Buccaneers, and I was picking them to be very, very close to the NFC Championship, I'm afraid for some of the injuries they have. Can't forget about Chris Godwin. Even though they have a lot of depth at the receiving core, that's one dude right there that you can say is one of the best receiving safety blankets in all of football. And missing him is going to be tough. So I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers, but it's gonna be very, very, very close football game.
Yeah. Don't forget they got Emeka Ibuka, the rookie, the Buccaneers do. Fantasy-wise, FanDuel-wise, definitely somebody to keep an eye on. Germ?
I'm not expecting him to do Chris Godwin things though right now.
I hear you.
At least from a on-film football perspective, it's gonna be tough.
But he's the number 2 option right now. I'm gonna go ham, and then we're gonna toss it to True because I know True got a few things to say about this game. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah. I just wanted to go back to Russell Wilson since you was hating on him a few minutes ago. Just wanted to remark that in the last 10 seasons, he's leading the league in touchdown passes with 278, just one more ahead of the great 12, Aaron Rodgers. Another, as you refer to him as the bootleg 12.
The bootleg 12.
To your point, though, it's kind of like it's showing that clock is ticking. You know what I'm saying? Well, if it ain't all expired, but neither here nor there. So I'm just running the stat lab, and I wanted to add that in.
Appreciate that fun fact. I mean, Russell Wilson is probably, with him and Dak and Aaron, the longest tenured starters in the league right now. So, Germ, so True, jump in there.
So, pretty much, we're in a situation right now where you're looking at a team that, I mean, what is it about the Atlanta Falcons is not to like right now, right? They have everything that you could ask for with a plethora of riches now as pass rushers now, and they're young, and they're guys that they don't have to pay right away along with the quarterback. So what are they missing? A left tackle. Definitely a left tackle. That might be the difference today. The Bucs are going to be able to get pressure. I think the Bucks will be able to get better pressure today. That's the key to the game. Give me the Bucks.
Where's you mean a right tackle? Because he's a left-handed quarterback, right?
Yeah, well, evaluation standpoint, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because they got Jake Matthews at left tackle.
Yeah, he protected
Yeah,
his.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so their right tackle went down, Caleb McGurry. But I think also Caleb, even if he was there, is like you said, Jerm, somebody that's uh just hopefully they find somebody better. But nonetheless, um yes, there you go, big shot, his blind side. Jerm, who'd you pick? Bucks or Falcons?
Bucks.
Oh, y'all, in the words of Jerm Show True, y'all just giving me the trophy. Okay.
Mhm.
So Views and Views is one of the few shows that's hour and a half or longer every time we do it. And the average attention span is 52 minutes. So we are at that 1 hour mark. So what we're going to do every Sunday is play some sort of game. I'm going to come up with games, trivia, something to kind of lighten it up. We got through the bulk of it. We only got a few games left, and we only got 2 more games to really talk about extensively. Vic, we're gonna try to get you out of here by 12:30. That's a promise.
Sí, papi.
The first game of the year. Shout out to the greatest sports talk crew ever, the Inside the NBA guys. We kind of stole this from them. They have their who he play for. We are gonna do a where he at, just for copyright reasons.
I'm excited about this. This should be fun because I kind of, with it mixed with like kind of being lost, kind of being
Yes.
in our own world. I know there's a lot of guys that I would be like, what? I didn't know he was even still around, or I didn't know he went over there.
So
Let's get
we're
it.
sort of gonna build this up, okay? I would say this. Um, there there were other seasons where I wish we did this because it'd have been a lot more fun. But
Yeah.
there are a few names on here that's gonna really blow y'all minds, okay? We are gonna start with Mr. Matthew Judon, former Ravens great defensive player, signed a big contract for the Patriots, went to the Falcons last year on a pit stop. Matthew Judon, Vic, where he at?
Wow, that's a good one to start with already.
Jerm,
Damn.
you want to take a gander at this? Where he at?
Detroit.
No, you got to go further south. You got to jump on 95.
Oh, Lord.
A lot further
Kansas City?
south.
No, I
No.
mean not Kansas City. I'm sorry. With the Texans?
No. AFC. He's in the AFC. He's in the southern area, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's in the AFC South.
Good. I thought I was good at geography.
Matthew Judon is now playing for the Miami Dolphins, along with Razul Douglas, still cashing checks in the NFL with the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
Where he at, fellas? 3-time Super Bowl champion Justin Watson won a Super Bowl with the Bucks, went back to back with the Kansas City Chiefs. 3-time Super Bowl champion Justin Watson. Where he at?
Green Bay Packers.
No.
Hey, I have no guess on this one, man.
Wow.
He is currently down in Houston with CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryans playing for the Houston Texans.
No, man, that is hilarious, bro. That's crazy, bro. How did he slip? Like, bro, he's tiptoeing through the tulips out there, man.
I'm gonna give y'all this one here is a views sort of inside thing. because we had hours, hours of conversation about this kid when he was coming out. Tackle Josh Jones out of the University of Houston. Where he at?
So he's the one that was drafted by the Cardinals?
Yes.
Oh my God! Wow. I had a little bit of expectation for that kid too.
I know.
I thought it was. I thought
We had hours of conversations about this kid when he was coming out. Injuries, skills, guard, tackle, you name it. He was a favorite for sure.
So
I'll tell you
not the
this.
Chiefs. It's not the
He
Chiefs.
he
It's
is he is the backup player for this team. And if he plays, he will be attempting to protect one of my personal favorite quarterbacks. Quarterback that I will die on the fence for.
I was gonna go. Is it Seahawks?
He's on the Seahawks. Good job, Vic.
I was
He is
thinking
on the
Rams or
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yeah.
Okay.
man, Mo, if you don't go to hell,
Okay, listen, here's my question, right? How many more names you want to do? We can do 2 more. We can do 5 more. Let's just do 2 more. How about that?
two more.
Let's just do 2 more because, and then the third one as a bonus.
Okay, we'll do 3 then.
His 16th year in the league,
Ooh.
former starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers, protecting Ben Roethlisberger for many, many years. Kelvin Beachum, still collecting checks in the league.
Wow.
Where he at?
God.
I'm gonna give you a hint, okay? When the steel industry back in the day, you know, when that happened and it died off, a lot of people in Pittsburgh moved to this state. Where he at?
What is Ohio?
No. 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 Come on now. Why would people in Pittsburgh move to Ohio?
I mean, steel for steel. Steel sharp as steel.
Is he in Baltimore?
No. Just throw a guess, Jer. West
I
Coast.
didn't even think he had a.
West. He's in the West. He's in a different time zone, Central, Mountain, or Western. He's not in the Eastern time zone.
Chargers.
Good guess. No. He is currently collecting checks with Will Hernandez and Calais Campbell at the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, the retirement.
All right, another one. Okay. I think this is his 13th year in the league. He is a former first-round pick, taken 13th overall to protect Drew Brees. 13th or 14th year in the league. Andreas Pete. Where he at?
Colts?
Lions.
2 good guesses. He's at the Pittsburgh Steelers collecting checks
That's crazy.
with also a former Super Bowl champion in Scotty Miller. And also Malik Harrison, 5 years with Baltimore, linebacker. He's now at the Steelers.
Scotty Miller.
All right, the bonus one. The bonus one.
Mm-hmm.
A 5th round pick in the 2008 NFL draft. Mr. Josh Johnson himself. Yes, that Josh Johnson is still out here collecting checks since 2008 in the NFL. Bonus one, where he at?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
No. He is in a city that at one point during the summer, something happened to their local police as a whole.
Carolina?
No, sir. The Washington Commanders.
Josh.
All right, let's wrap it up. Let's go quick. Next on the docket, we got the where did it go? Gee whiz, Mo. Got me all discombobulated. You got the Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Rams, 43.5. The Texans 3 point are getting 3 points. Biggest story for me out of this one is both quarterbacks for CJ Stroud. I'm hoping he continues to take the next step, and I'm hoping him and the coaching staff matures as a whole, football maturity. And then Matt Stafford, if he stays healthy for the entire season, come playoffs, that's going to change my pick for who comes out of the NFC. But I don't believe he's going to be able to stay healthy, and that's very sad. Today's game, give me the Rams to come out with a win. Germ?
Who is this game more important to today?
Texans.
Texans for sure.
Give Texans.
Vic?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm looking forward to see what steps CJ takes forward. Just questions at the running back. Who's going to start at running back? You got your running back one who's hurt right now. You got Nick Chubb. You got Marty. What's his name? Woody Marks or something like that. The rookie. I think I'm gonna take the Rams in this game simply because they're the healthier, more established football team at every position.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback, running back, receiver. They just played the running back, Kyron Williams, top 10 money. And they got Devontae Adams to help Puka Nacua there. So I think I'm going with the Rams. As much as I like the Texans, Rams win this game.
Yeah. FanDuel wise, it seems like Stingley is going to be matching up on Adams. So if you're going to go receiver anytime touchdown, I would go with Puka. But to me, Kyron Williams is, if you're making $1 bets, Kyron Williams is definitely a good option any Sunday because of the usage rate. Next on the docket, and I have pages and pages of notes on this game. Okay, we're not gonna do that. It is the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers, plus 2.5 for Detroit, 47.5. Micah's gonna be in a limited role. Jaden Reed also gonna probably be in a limited role. A lot of things. I'm gonna set the stage up and then I'm gonna fade into the background. Okay. Frank Ragnow, he has retired. They moved their guard Glasgow to center. Okay. They got a new DC. They got a new OC. That's a problem. To me, that's going to be the biggest thing for them to overcome this offseason, this season. And then Jared Goff. How's he going to do? Packers, they got Micah Parsons. They did some things to tweak their offensive line, but I still have some questions about their tackles. And then Detroit, with their coordinator. One of the things they were so good at last year was going for it on fourth down. Against the Packers, they went for it 7 times and converted 6 of them in both of those matchups. 4 of those fourth down attempts went for touchdowns. Why do I bring that up? Because they love to go for it on third or fourth down, on fourth down. And a big part of that is because Dan Campbell trusted his offensive coordinator to make the right call in the right situation. To me, that's no longer there, and that's going to be a problem. Vic Jr., jump in there, baby.
Well, first and foremost, before I get on to this game, in terms of what's going to happen on the football field, did Micah Parsons know he was going to have this big of an injury situation? And that's why he was making a big deal about his contract with the Cowboys?
That's a good
Something to
question.
think about, something to see for the future. But I think my guy Mo here is sleeping on the 15-2 Lions, Detroit Lions, who have a fantastic roster, top to bottom. I think defensively they are outstanding. The safeties are excellent. Very young safety tandem there. The linebackers, young linebackers there. The defensive line is going to be very, very good. And then offensively, offensive line looks damn good. Those receivers look damn good. That tight end looks this roster top to bottom looks damn good, Germ. Okay. And they're going to start and they're going to show the world. They're going to show the country that their 15-2 was not a fluke starting here in Lambeau Field, where they're going to eat Jordan Love alive. Okay. These Packers are not very good. I don't see what you see on this roster, but I'm excited to see who's right and who's wrong on this one. We'll see. I'm the one here with the name here. Don't listen to me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but here I see that the Lions are going to be the best football team in this division. It might just be the best football team again for this conference until they run into the Philadelphia Eagles. So give me the Lions to win this game by 2 touchdowns. I think they dominate in Lambeau. And, Jordan Love, I think, is going to show he's mid-tier today.
Yeah. Ham, jump in there.
Ham got some questions. Ham got some questions.
Yeah, no questions. Just don't listen to Vic.
Germ.
Listen, Vic, I like you. I really do. But I just want you to remember that this is one of those situations right here where, brother, you've been sipping a little bit too much Similac lately. And you gotta get your drink right.
Let me get the Similac right over here.
Cognac. But nah, honestly, bro, I mean, I'm on the other side of this. I like being on the other side because it's fun. See, the side that I'm on is that Jordan Love is about to shred this defense up. It's about to be an MVP come out party. We're about to be pop smoking all night tonight. Woo! Shake it. Yeah, it's about to be like that. Like it's one of those situations where I just think that Detroit losing 2 coordinators, Jordan Love gaining the piece that he gained with Micah. I just think overall, like Micah's the perfect piece for that team right now, defensively to get a spark going for them. But most importantly, he also has a running back that he can turn off and hand the ball to. And if that player get going, who gonna stop him? And don't act like you don't respect Josh Jacobs.
I love Josh Jacobs, but this front seven is pretty impressive.
It is.
And that offensive line is not very good. That's going to be a fun matchup.
Their front seven, though, Vic. Sorry, Jerry, I'm going to let you finish.
I'm picking Green Bay. Bay is green.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. In the words of Taylor, don't listen to him.
So let me give y'all a little. I'm gonna just spend a little time because, like I said, I got 5 pages of notes. I gotta say a couple things, okay? And I'm gonna just keep it as simple as possible when it comes to the Lions and as to why I think the regression is coming. So today, right now, they have a new center, and they got 2 young guards, plus a first-time play caller. And they're going into Lambeau Field. They're going into hostile territory. What was the Lions' superpower last year on offense? Ball distribution. Ball distribution happens. Ball distribution happens when you have either a tier 1 creme de la creme all-time quarterback. Lions don't have that. The other time it happens is when you have a genius play caller and a genius game planner. I don't know how Ben Johnson's going to be as a coach. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But as a play caller, he was a genius. Ball distribution was their superpower. Motions and shifts to help Jared Goff identify. Another thing that they did very well. One of the things that was also a huge staple for the Lions is they did a lot of bunch formations a lot of condensed formations. And what that did was help out in some of the pass protection sets. The rumor is they're going to go more spread offense. If they go more spread offense, you are going to have a huge regression with Jared Goff. Huge regression. And if they go spread offense with this young offensive line, this new interior on the offensive line, how is that going to affect their pass protection? How is that going to affect their pass communication? Especially when you got Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary coming off the edge. So I think there are a lot of questions about Detroit. And I just think there's the answers lie within the play callers. Defensively, they played a lot of man. Are they going to go to zone coverage now? How is that defense going to look? Again, Bill Belichick couldn't do it. I don't think Dan Campbell's going to be able to do it. You can't lose two great coordinators. They also lost their defensive line coach. He's gone. And then their defensive line, yes, they're good, but they lack depth. And if you lack depth, then how good really are you? How are you going to muster up that energy for the fourth quarter pass rush? Today's game, I think Green Bay is going to be muddy for 3 quarters. And then in the fourth quarter, I think that they're just going to build a little bit of a cushion. I still think it's going to be close. But yeah, go ahead, Vic.
Is Micah even playing today? Because
he's limited. He's going to be limited. Yeah. So I think it's going to be like, 28-27. I do. I think it's going to be a close game. But as the season continues to progress, if all these things come to fruition with Detroit, with a new scheme offensively, then the separation will just get longer and bigger as the season progresses. Okay, so rapid fire, and then we'll get out of here. Who do we got left? We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks, 43.5. Sam Darnold. Both defenses are going to be good. Expectations for both these teams should be higher than what they are, barring health. I think both of these defenses are going to be really good. And we talk a lot about Nick Bosa, but one of your favorites, both of you, coming out of the draft was Yatir Gross-Matos. He has been extremely productive for the 49ers, and I think that's going to continue now that Robert Saleh is back. I went back and forth so many times on this. All right. Give me Sam M.F. Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks to get the week 1 upset over the San Francisco 49ers.
Give me the 49ers. Give me the 49ers. He's just giving away the trophy. Just give away 49ers. 49ers. Let's go.
I'm actually going with the Seahawks too, bro. I just think the 49ers have not been the same defenses for the last couple of years, especially last year. They were awful against the run. And I think Seattle will take advantage of that this week, especially with the first round pick that they had, Greg Zabel, and those 2 running backs. That I think the Seahawks win this game. It's gonna be tight, but give me the Seahawks.
Cam, jump in there.
Cam Chancellor is not walking through that door.
He is not. And that's it. He out of there. Listen, I think, again, Seahawks defensive line, very underrated. Last game, we got Tennessee Titans going to the Denver Broncos, the anticipated debut of Cam Ward. I don't know if Ham's going to be taking a nap. That game's about 5 o'clock his time, I believe, or 3 o'clock his time. Either way, over under 42.5. Denver is 8.5-point favorites. We talked about it. This defense is going to probably be the best defense in the league. It is vital that the Tennessee Titans protect Cam Ward at all costs. I don't care if they run the ball 42 times and they're down 42-0. Just make sure you don't permanently traumatize a rookie quarterback against a potentially ferocious, aggressive defense. Give me the Broncos to cover. They're gonna cover by 2 touchdowns, I think. Term?
Broncos.
Yep. Vic?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos too. I'm excited to see what Cam Ward is able to do, but like you said, that blocking is going to be very, very crucial. So I hope they lean on the run game as well.
Okay. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. This is just week one. Um, we got the Bills and Ravens later tonight. Just keep an eye out on the Instagram and TikTok. Me and Germs will put something together for that game. Vic, if you're available later, certainly you can jump in there. We might not go live. We'll just probably make a post about it. Shout out to Johnny Radio and Jay Ham Happy Hour Mondays through Fridays, 11 a.m. Central to 1 o'clock. Germ is on there on Tuesdays. I am on there on Fridays, along with MJ. Jorge is on there on Wednesdays. And then Ham is there Monday through Friday. Views from the 22. Views and views. First show in the books. This is kind of the energy we are going to have for views and views. We want to be fast-paced. We want to be quick. And the information is going to be coming at you more throughout the week than all this information just as one. So it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little bit faster paced. We're going to have some games in there. Make sure you stick with us. Make sure you keep rocking with us. TikTok, Instagram, the Facebook group. Take us home, True. Enjoy I almost cussed. Enjoy the games, y'all. Football is back. Enjoy the games. Take us home, True.
22.